Hello, welcome to another one, episode 3 of this new series, Talking Timelapses. Today I have the music real time, so if I stop talking, or if I cut, then the audio will also cut, so it might be a bit weird at some points, but that's okay. You can hear the drawing as it goes, which is pretty nice. Anyway, so okay, I immediately had to cut it, but we're back. So today's theme is I have the beginning and an end of a story. I'm going to tell that story, but I'm gonna improv it. But I'm gonna get random words that will diverge whatever the plot is, I guess. And I'll just improv that. So, for this first story, I have the beginning, a group heist, which will they'll end in prison, or it'll end up being a success, depending on where the random words decide to bring me. Okay, so, there was a group of people. One, the name Roberto. I'm going to write that down because I'm immediately going to forget that. It was Roberto. John, and what's like a iconic name? And Cube. Roberto, John, and Cube were about to rob a bank, or they were about to heist. I guess it doesn't have to be a bank. I'll say it's a museum. They discussed amongst each other to heist on a museum, however it's pronounced, and they're in the discussion room. They discuss for hours and hours until Cube comes up with a huge idea. When the guards are no longer at their posts, we can go in while they're on their 5-minute shift change, and we can switch. And John says, "Ooh, that's a good one. And the cameras go out too on Sundays, and we happen to do the museum robbery on Sunday." And Roberto's like, "Oh, that's a good idea, and I brought my ladder so we can enter through the open window that's always open on this day that the cameras seem to go out in the shift change." So they all decide to go to the bank. And this is where I'll get my first random word. Clicking the button, and now. Okay. Material. So, I'm just gonna click it until something makes sense. Steel, as in S-T-E-E-L. I think that means it went well, because it sounds like the other steel. So, I'm not gonna tell you if it does go well. I'm just gonna improv still, so that there's still a bit of edge for you. Roberto puts up his ladder, and they all secretly climb up it during the 5-minute time. They have 5 minutes, but the window is closed. They have to crack it until they slowly break it so that it's opened stealthily enough so that the window breaks without shattering everywhere. But it takes 2 minutes. They enter the silent museum. I'm gonna change the music. Alright. Here we go. They enter the museum, paintings left and right. There's a hallway. It's way too loud. Okay. Roberto sees a room. The room that the item was in that they were going to steal. So they all head over after Roberto gestures for them all to enter the room, and it's still too loud. They enter the room, and they see the diamond jewel they were gonna steal. It's right there in front of them. Just as Cube's about to walk forward, John stops him. Wait! And then he takes out his trusty spray can, and he sprays. There's lasers. The whatever it's called, the default, what's it called? Whatever. The cliche of lasers. They see lasers placed thousands and thousands. But Cube takes out I'm just gonna click the button until it's like a noun for another random word. Next random word. He takes out a teacher. No. Objective slide. He takes out a slide. Yes. No. He takes out a dog. His little puppy. Okay. He takes out a dog. One that he had in his front shirt pocket. Somehow. And he places the little tiny dog that fit in his pocket onto the ground. He's on a leash. And then he pats the dog to go forward. Points the direction towards the jewel. The dog stealthily does some ninja moves around the lasers and gets to the thing, the diamond. But the diamond is under glass. The dog just kind of licks the bottom of the container of the platform that the glass, that the diamond stands on. So that's another 2 minutes down. They have 1 minute before the guards. It doesn't work, I guess. Acceptable. Okay. Groan. Suddenly, they hear behind them. They quickly all look behind them and they see a zombie. One of the clay structures has come alive. They retract in fear as the dog is pulled out of, as the dog leash is dropped, and they all run away. I think another music change, but I don't have to cut to do that. Okay. I get they're in combat now. I have D&D music set up from D&D games, but I'm using them for this. So they take out their weapons. Cube takes out okay, actually I can make it set to nouns. Cube takes out a phone. Let me write that down. Phone. John takes out a worker. No. A goal. Let's just say soccer ball. Because gold, you can get gold. Roberto takes out a replacement. He takes out a wrench kit, a fixing kit. I don't know, screws and hammers. Okay. And the zombie, he takes out people, as in a doll. I'm writing it down as well. A doll. A person doll that is actually a voodoo doll now. The zombie runs at them with the voodoo doll. Punches Roberto, the Roberto voodoo doll to the right. Roberto, going to the left, gets suddenly thrown to the right, and the zombie is able to punch him in the face and knock him to the ground. 20 seconds has gone by, and Cube takes out his phone, takes a picture, and the flash retracts the zombie off of Roberto. John takes his soccer ball, kicks it into the zombie, and it bounces on the ground. And there's a guard who hears the commotion. What's going on? And he turns the corner, and all of them are shocked, and the zombie freezes or runs quickly back to his post from within the shadows so the guard doesn't see it. They're all taken, or the guard gets other guards and they're quickly arrested and they die or something. They go to prison, unfortunately. Okay, so I have a minute left, but that doesn't mean I can't do another story. A group of people go camping. They go home, or they die by bears. Okay, so people go camping. They're hard transition to the next story. I have 50 seconds. Okay, so there's a group of people who go camping to a popular spot in the middle of a city, and there's a group of bears that they come across, and they almost die, and the bears come up to them in the night, and more tense music, suspenseful music. Oh, it's over. Do they die? Last word, income. They don't have enough money and they die by bears. The end. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Bye.